We out here, another live, man. 3 in a row for your boy. Uh, but yeah, I appreciate y'all jumping on. Whoever gonna jump on, man, and get that energy out with us tonight. But yeah, man. Let me turn this down. I'm hot as hell in here. Can y'all hear me, man? And like, see me, all right? Telling you, man, listen, if you lucky enough to attract this live into your life, man, listen, man, stay live. I'm telling you, man, you gonna, hey, yo, what up, Stan, JP? Tell me what y'all grateful for, man, when y'all coming in while we wait on my dude, Dante. But yeah, anybody got a freestyle, man, y'all can join to start off with a freestyle, too. But I'm gonna turn this air down. I'm hot as hell in here. Hold up. Yeah. Got the straps on Monday, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. Tag me, man, on those, when you doing them straps. Wow, congrats, AK. Tell me what y'all grateful for, man, while you wait on Dante. Come in, pop in. But I think y'all gonna get something out of this, I'm telling you. But yeah, man. Let me know what y'all grateful for. Gotta take over, man. I wanna see you hoop, AK. You need to come down here and work out with us, man, one week. I know you got some bounce. I know you got them bunnies. Cross piece. What's up, man? Waiting on my dude Dante, man. But yeah, man, what y'all grateful for, man? What school you going to, AK? What's the name of the school? Hey, peace, thoroughbred. Appreciate y'all, man, joining me tonight, man. Seriously, I always love that energy, man, y'all show me and all the support, for real. What school you going to, AK? Yeah, you should come down. It's a delay. It's delay on these messages. Where my dude Dante at, man? Hopefully he on the same time as me. I'm gonna send him a message, man, through here. The Thomas Sumter Academy. What year are you, man? What year are you going to? Same time as John Morant. Where's that at, man? I don't even know where, Grateful for job security. Not a lot of people can say that. Hell yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man. But now it's time for you to create that security yourself, man. Like, now ain't the time to depend on nobody else but yourself. I'm telling you, man. Like, total sovereignty is the name of the game right now, man. I'm telling you, man. These motherfuckers savages out here, man. So, but you grateful, man. And I'm like, man, shit, you got job security, whatever that means. Hey, my dude popped on, man. I can't wait to chop it up with it. What's my diet? Man, listen, my diet is being grateful, thankful, man, getting out there in that sun, you know what I'm saying? But I talk a lot about my diet, or I don't talk about diet like online really, man, because my thoughts and my belief systems is like so contrary to 99.99999% of people, and I don't like arguing about it. But here he is. Here he is, about to pop on right now. Hold up. Yo!
What's poppin'? Can you hear me?
Man, what's good, boy?
Hey, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Your energy strong out here, man. I said, let me tap into my dude Dante, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so how your day going?
It's been good, man. You know, it's been a real chill day. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, just working, man. I love how you setting the stage for so many people out here, man. That's why I wanted to kind of just chop it up with you and
Yeah,
just tell you, man, I appreciate, man, what you doing, bro. Like, for real.
that's love, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, for real, man. I got so much I want to dig into you with, man. So, but yeah, where you at? Where you stay at?
I'm in Ohio.
Yeah, what part?
It's a little town called Cambridge. It's like an hour from Columbus.
Okay. You in the sports at all out there?
Nah, man, I'm just chilling. I got
Yeah.
the sports thing, you
You
know.
said what?
I kind of got away from the sports thing, you know.
Nah.
So I'm always a Michigan fan.
You a what?
I'm from Michigan. I was born in Michigan, so you know I'm always a Michigan fan.
Yeah. You in?
Yeah, UM. Oh,
Okay, 5-5, huh? Okay. But uh, but yeah, man. So I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I just wanted to jump on, man. Kind of dig at you. Like I found your work probably it might not even been a year ago now, man. But when I first found it, man, I was like, damn, it
mhm.
resonated so heavy with me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now with the frequency, I think you draw things into your experience, right? Like as we raise our consciousness and raise our frequency, man, we draw things into us as we need them. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Like you know what I'm saying? And that teacher could be a 5-year-old, it could be a 90-year-old. Like as you know and I know, time don't exist. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of living in this matrix and to kind of figuring this game out.
Yeah,
But that being said, man, I listened to you and I listened to you and I listened to you and I felt like, damn, like you really got a piece to this puzzle out here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all, the ones that are conscious, the ones coming more and more aware of the game, the new game that we playing, I
yeah,
feel like have a piece. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you go. I just want to kind of like tell you kind of why I vibrated with you so heavy and why I kind of wanted to chop it up with you was I feel like you got a piece that not a lot of people really understand, and a lot of people really want to face, and a lot of people just are just clueless about, and from so many levels, you know. So I want to ask you, man, what was your pain point that caused you to take on this journey, and what was your pain point that woke you up to this new reality?
my pain point. So I've always been somebody who just had crazy.
You said what? You said you cutting in and out a little bit.
Am I? Hold on, let me grab my phone. You hear me now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So I've always been somebody who's had crazy ambition, right?
Yeah.
Even from a little kid, like as a little kid, like I never knew what I wanted to do or had vision, but I just wanted to be somebody, something better, something greater than what I saw around me. So, you know, that was the first step. And then just life in general, man. Like it's certain things I was doing when I was in college, just the lifestyle I was living, and I was doing what everybody else was doing. I was doing something that, you know, you know how it is. You're an athlete in college. You already know how to, you know how that lifestyle is, man.
Yeah. You get pulled into it. That's just what it is.
Yeah, parties, girls, you know, all that type of stuff that come with it.
Yeah.
And like, so that's what everybody was doing, but like, it was always something in my spirit that didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So just over time, that was beating on me. I got to a point, man, where it was just like, I'm in the real world now. I'm working the job and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, this ain't like, I'm not happy doing this. This ain't making me happy. So I started asking questions, man. Like, what is this really my purpose? And see, when you get to that point inside of you where you want to find change, that's when you start to get answers revealed to you, right? So my whole concept is I try to make guys understand that you have to take time to be alone because that's when you start to really figure out who you are. You got to go back to yourself, right?
Yeah.
And like you found my videos. That's because that was something inside of you that led you to that, right? It's all
Right.
energy when it's all said and done. So when you get on a certain frequency, we all connect on that energetic level. So this is why certain people resonate, or that you'll see a certain video and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it's energy. Energy surpasses the physical. It don't matter if it's on social media or what. Energy is energy. You know. So I just wanted to change, man. I didn't know how I was gonna do it.
So you saying it was just your feeling, what you was doing. You got to the typical 9 to 5, whatever. You went through the normal path of life, the pattern that they create for you.
Right, right,
The boxes you went in the boxes that they had laid out for you already, and
right.
you weren't your soul was like, nah, this ain't for me. So that's kind of what I'm asking you. So you tried that game.
Yeah,
You tried that game, and you was like, and most people like your soul was like, man, fuck all this. Let me. This ain't it. And so you saying you started asking yourself questions,
yeah,
and the answers came.
yeah.
Or you saying you had to get isolated, you had to get within yourself, and then the answers came.
I would say both. You know,
Mm.
when you kind of separate from your friends a little bit, and you know, as life hits you, everybody's working, doing their own thing. So you start to, it ain't as you know, the party's over. It ain't as lit like it used to be. So what happens is now you're stuck with yourself for most of the time. You spend a lot of alone time to yourself. And what happens is when that happens, you start to get certain thoughts and certain downloads because now you don't have no distractions. See, when you're around people, you kind of pick up on their energy. So it's a little frizzy, it's a little fuzzy. Like you don't get those, you can't hear the Most High speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? So when I say you got to be alone, you got to be alone to really connect and have that strong connection. Then at that point, this is when you start to ask questions. Asking, you shall receive. That's real talk. You
Yeah,
start asking questions, it's going to put you on a path and start revealing things to you little by little.
yeah. And is that when and is that when because your thing, maybe everybody, there's gonna be maybe a lot of people that watch this video. So I want you to tell me, like, right now, you are Mr. Retain Gang, right? That's kind of like your tagline?
Yeah.
That's
Retain.
the Retain Gang, and I feel that shit. Like that's heavy. Like how did that come to you? I don't even want to go deep. I just this shit. How did that come to you?
Honestly, bro, it just came. Cause I actually just went back through my old videos and I was just seeing the growth. You know, I went through each video and then I came to the video like I didn't used to say that.
Oh, okay.
Like I came to the video where I first said it and I was like,
That's
that
stuck.
came out of nowhere. Like it really just came out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with that. I like that.
Yeah, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. And so, what
Yeah.
brought you to retaining? You know, and before you answer that question, explain what what it is, or what's your concept of retaining.
So I mean on the physical part, we're talking about semen retention,
There you go.
which is your seed. That's your divine energy, right? So retaining means you don't just release that freely like you've been taught to do. Like we've been brainwashed to think that okay, you know, you can just let this go on some sheets or some cheeks or wherever. And it's just something. It's just a fluid, but it's way more powerful than that. It has way more abilities than that, you know. And you know, I say retain game not just from that point, but it's just overall keeping your energy sealed tight and using your energy to manifest your reality. But you can't do that if you got a leakage. If you're leaking out energy all the time, how are you gonna have enough spiritual currency or energy to do what you gotta do? It's like if I'm in my car got a gas leak, you know, it don't matter how strong the engine or nothing. If I got a gas leak, I ain't gonna get too far before I run out of gas. Right? So
Yeah,
retain
yeah,
energy up.
yeah. So retaining is, for everybody that don't know, what we reference it when he's saying retaining is to really hold on to your seed and not ejaculate on anything. And that does that do you reference that, or do you correlate that to anything else with retaining, or is it just that one aspect of retaining?
So what you mean, like, as far as?
Just, I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. I just want to make sure that, like, you saying, like, man, hold on to your seed and be conscious of where you letting that seed go, if you ever do let that seed go.
Oh yeah, yeah, that and just your energy in general, like
Okay.
who you get to, just like with conversations or just being around certain people, right? It's on all levels, right? But of course, we're talking about seed retention, but you can apply that to every single aspect of life. Just
That's what I
retaining
wanted
your
to ask you. That's what I wanted to
yeah.
ask you. Give me some other aspects to broaden my awareness of, like, man, how can I? Because obviously, man, semen retention, man, we'll definitely talk about that. But what are some other aspects, man, I could be more conscious about leaking my energy, or anybody could be leaking energy unknowingly and just like
So
loosely, just like frivolously, like you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
so like, you're, I can hear you now. You was chopping up a little bit.
Oh, okay, damn. Yeah, you hear me? Okay, you hear
I
me?
can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some, yeah. I don't know. Yours freezing up too a little
yeah,
bit, but hopefully we can get it in. But yeah,
yeah. I can hear.
you asked my. Yeah, did you catch the question?
Yeah. So you wanna know, like, how can that apply to other aspects of your life where you being more
Yeah,
aware of how you're. Okay, so
yeah.
like you being a figure, you're a public figure, so that goes right with what you do. Like, you probably deal with a lot of different people, and sometimes people might come to you and their energy might be draining to you, you know what I'm saying? But they might come to you with a problem or something like that. Those situations, especially when you're somebody who helps people, you got to be very wary of who you help, because people can take advantage of, your kindness or just your willingness to help them out, and that can be draining your energy just by being around. I'm sure you had conversations with people and, like, you just feel drained just talking to that person, right?
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
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 real.
that's where, yeah, retain can apply to that, man. Where you just being conscious of who you around, because it ain't just about releasing your seed, man. It's about the crowd that you with. People can be draining your soul away from your spiritual energy away from you just by being around, man, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah,
So that's an aspect you can apply it to. I gotta, even myself, man. Like, I help out a lot of people, and people come to me with their problems, even if it's family or whatever. And sometimes you gotta say no and just be like, nah, I can't do it, man. I don't got the energy to give you right now. Feel me?
yeah. Nah, hell yeah, that's real, man. I actually had to cut back on, like, being around a lot of people, because it's real, man. That energy, especially now, like, do you feel like right now, what we going through right now, energetically, um, is different? Like, and I know you kind of feel it. Obviously, I feel it, man. Like, it's a different energy right now. Like, I can't. There's probably no words for me to really express exactly what I'm feeling, but I know that you got to be more conscious and aware, and right now, like, do you agree? You freezing up.
Yeah,
You hear me?
man. Like, right now, it's the time right now where there's so much stuff going on spiritually right now. You got all, like, the veil is gone. Like, there used to be a veil where it was like you couldn't really, you could tell the difference between spirit and this reality. But now it's to the point where that veil is gone. So people's true intentions is gonna be out. They can't hide their true intentions, their energy. So when you try to be around certain people, their demons gonna come out. It's gonna be front and center if they haven't been
Right.
working on themselves, doing all that stuff. This is why right now it's kind of a time you don't really want to be around a lot of people, because you don't know who's who and what kind of they got on them, and they can jump on you, and then you going back home and you wonder why you feeling depressed or you feeling tired and drained. You thinking it's you, something you did. Nah, you was just around a bunch of people, man, and you got caught up in that energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's so. So you. I watched one of your videos, man, and you were saying this it's a transition happening right now, and you were saying that you gotta be more conscious and protect your energies, like right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Obviously, you say you taking your long time. You doing your semen retention. Uh,
Yeah.
what are you doing to kind of protect your energy and be more cognizant of where you place your energy?
So with me, I'm always affirming to myself, you know, for protection. I do that, you know, all throughout the day. You know, I am protected. I'm always picturing myself protected in a shield, a light, or a shield, right? I'm asking the Most High to protect me. You know, keep anybody who has any low vibrations, they want to try to bring me down, you know, to
Yeah,
repel them away from me. So that's one thing you got to do, and that's very powerful. You got to understand how powerful your imagination is. So when you affirming yourself, you got to picture yourself actually protected in a shield of light, right? And you gotta actually feel that. And when you do that, that's when it's going to happen for you. But you got to make sure that you're doing this consistently, though. You can't forget, or you can't do it once and think it's going to work. You got to, because your mind is powerful. What you think comes true. It becomes your reality. So that's one thing I do. And you'll notice, man, when you ask for protection, man, you're going to get it. But you might not like it because it might be certain people that you used to ride with. They don't come around no more. You wonder why they ain't hitting you up or nothing. A lot of people might start dropping out. You're like, dang, this person don't hit me up no more. That's that protection. So it'll cipher out, filter out who's really good for you and who's not. So just be
yeah.
careful, man. If you got that you want to hang around with still, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with that protection because you're gonna get it.
Nah, shit. I need it. I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna put that in my practices, man. Let me ask you this: is there a difference between? Do you feel like because when you raise your frequency, when you're conscious, when you raise your frequency, you people usually drop off anyway. Is that correct? Like you can
Oh
only usually attract
yeah,
what vibration you are on. You
yeah.
know.
That's that's
So
that's facts.
what's that? Yeah. It's so
Go ahead.
one thing that I do is just try to like, man, kind of focus on, like you said, man, one thing you said was huge, man. It's all imagination, all is mind, everything in the universe is mental, you know? So mental
Yeah,
alchemy is what sounds like what you do a lot of, mental alchemy. But because sometimes, man, like we still live in this matrix, right? Like we still live amongst these nine players, right? We
yeah,
still living amongst them, you know? So when you saying protect yourself, like when you ask it, you just invoke a spirit of protection.
yeah.
I got
Yep.
you. I got you. I
And
got you. I got
yeah, and there's other things too that you gotta do. You know, you gotta, you know, you're into fitness, so you know your diet is very important. It ain't just about getting muscles, man. What you put in your body is information. Food is information. That's the only reason you eat because it has information to give you to make your body function properly. So when you eating bad foods, you make yourself susceptible to those type of vibrations. It lowers your vibration, right?
you.
Because it's
Yeah,
bad
so
energy.
true.
And
Yeah.
then especially
So
like your gut own ecosystem, its own environment. So when you eating bad foods, you're putting
say
bad
that again. You say your
bacteria
gut what?
inside your
You say
body.
your gut what? I didn't catch
Your
that. You say
gut
your
has
gut what?
your gut has its own ecosystem, its own environment.
Okay.
So when you're putting all foods inside of you, what happens is you're putting bad bacteria inside and it's killing off the good bacteria. And then they start to communicate with your mind. So you start making decisions, start making dumb decisions. You start attracting different type of people. So your diet is important. You got to make sure you eating right, eating foods from nature, because it's going to give you the right information to survive and to be able to adapt to the changes that's happening, right? Understand the trees, the leaves, the green leaves, it absorbs the sunlight. And then what it does, it absorbs nitrogen from the atmosphere. And what it does is it photosynthesis, it creates with the sunlight and the nitrogen in the air and the water, of course, it creates energy. And then that food, that fruit, that apple or whatever that grows from that tree has all that energy, the sunlight, the water, the earth. So you're eating that. You're eating light. You're literally eating light, the sun, the earth, the elements. So it's giving you the knowledge that you need to survive, right? So it's very, very important that you do this. That's going to give you protection naturally.
Yeah, yeah. Nutrition is key. So key, man. That's something that's not really talked about a lot. Like a lot of this stuff is like, let me ask you a question. This is one thing I was gonna ask you. I actually even wrote it down, man. And I want to get back onto the retain stuff, man, because I feel like, man, so many young men, so many middle-aged men, so many men my age and even older, I feel like could revitalize themselves, could really become new again if they took this seriously, man, and really like practice that, man. Because I think that's such a lost art, and people are just so fucking like fleshly bound out here, man. It's crazy. But until I'm gonna go back there, man. But I want to ask you a question, man. Like, you know, this conversation we having, and I'm sure you had this conversation with other people, and what's on your YouTube channel, and like, people are like, it's pockets of information out here that understand and aware of kind of what's going on globally, energetically. And do you feel like, man, celebrities and politicians and these higher elites and like athletes, high level athletes, do you feel like they know this information?
I think so. I think,
And then
or if not, it's
what's
being
that?
revealed. I said if they don't, it's being revealed every day. You
Yeah.
know,
So
they
what
find.
I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is if these high, like somebody, man, like say Drake or whoever got like 80, 100 million followers, right?
Yeah.
If they understand these truths, man, why do you feel like it's so suppressed? I mean, I just had that question for you. I just wanted your thoughts around that.
For me, I think that, it's almost trying to keep people from knowing who they are. When people start to know who they are, they're going to wake up and they're going to be self-sufficient. But when you cut off a person from thinking for themselves, what happens is they have to rely on something, right? So I think that's what the whole issue is. Like, the idea is not to have a bunch of people walking around who has power, who can create and survive on their own, right? The system can't survive like that. So I think a lot of information just doesn't get told to us. Even in school, man, you look at what we learned in school, it's like it didn't even mean anything. They didn't teach us what we really needed to know. Going back to the retention thing, like, why didn't we learn about that in school? You know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta go? Why is it I'm a grown man and I gotta go on the internet to figure out about retention? When we had health, sex health classes and all that type of stuff in school, but they ain't teach us nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason for that?
It's
So
unbelievable to
my
me,
whole
man.
thing,
Like all, what's that?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
saying. Like,
like
it's
what you
just
said.
crazy.
It's power and control. They don't want to give up the power. They don't want to give up control, and they kind of like people being in this submissive, um, needy state. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So yeah. I mean, I didn't see it like that, but I'm just like, man, how the fuck is nobody talking about this energy that's on the planet now? Why? How the fuck are people not talking about semen retention? How in the hell, like, how are people not talking about consciousness create reality? How are people not talking about imagination? How is that not on CNN and Fox and, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I know, but I'm saying, like, it seems like somebody would be like, man, look, like, motherfucking blow the horn on this shit, though, right? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me,
right.
but we are though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Little by little, we about to blow the lid off this motherfucker, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I
Already,
guess the people that what's that? What's that?
I said it's already happening. I said it's
Yeah.
already happening.
Yeah, it's happening, man. People better catch on or get lost. But
Yes, sir.
but what's that?
I said yes, sir. But what I also think it is too, because you got some celebrities that are talking about it now. Um, you got Gates. He talks about it a lot. I be seeing him Like he talks about retention.
Yeah. Does he?
I think now with the energy that's coming on this planet, man, I think a lot of people are trying to get on that good side because the Most High is back, and the Most High is about to destroy this mug. The Most High is about to place judgment on a lot of people who've been doing.
Man, it ain't no about to. He already is, man. If you're not on this side of it right now, like you gotta
Yeah,
be conscious of your health. You gotta be conscious of like your mind. You gotta be conscious of where you're going, because your physical body about to be destroyed if you're not. Like, do you sense that
it's
too?
funny. Yeah, it's funny because I made a video. You know, I get people in my comments. They be like, "How do you know this is true?" They be like, "Nothing's gonna happen," and I'm like, "Man, you still thinking like that? You know, we about to take the final exam, and you don't even know the class exists." I was like, "Bro, you got bigger problems right now if you still think ain't nothing happening and you don't believe it. Like you behind. Like you should have been doing this yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people they think everything is fake, and because they're so distracted. But you're gonna have a rude awakening when stuff start happening and stuff start breaking down. Your reality start breaking down, and people gonna start going crazy because they wasn't prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I know exactly what you're saying, man.
I look at
What's that?
I look at I was typing in some stuff on YouTube the other day, and it's like, man, you got all type of protests going on. You got all type of floods and fires going on all over the world. And it's like, why are we not talking about that? Nobody's talking
Nah.
about it. And that's why everybody think ain't nothing happening. But don't even know, like, it's going down right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, for
Nah,
real.
it's going down. But I think one thing that you said, man, and I really resonated with was, man, like self-love is everything right now. I mean, you got to be really taking care of yourself, man, and keeping your mind, your body right, man. One thing I did hear you say, because, man, like, at the end of the day, it's you versus you. You know what I'm saying? All, like I said, all is mind, everything in the universe is mental. Do you feel like, since you've been on this retaining journey, I know you probably get this question all the time, man, but I gotta ask you, what has it done for you, on a physical level, on a spiritual level, on pretty much all levels?
On a physical level,
Or I mean, we can
um,
say, yeah, physical, scientific, and a spiritual level. Like those three levels. What is that? What is that journey taught you, and what is it brought you?
I would say the biggest thing that I got was self-awareness. Like before I did this, I don't think I was as self-aware as I should have been. It was almost like I wasn't even in control of myself. Like I was just in this body, and this body was just kind of just doing whatever it wanted to. And then when I started retention, it was almost like I woke up and it's like, I don't know. I became more aware of just my surroundings, my energy, the people around me, the world, and yeah, man, that was the first thing I noticed. Like I didn't understand just how much was going on inside of me. Because a lot of times we go through life, man, we just, especially when it comes to like trauma and things like. Hold on. The phone's about to die. We don't really understand like all we hold on to, and retention kind of brings awareness to that, right? So on the spiritual level, the reason why I did retention was to gain more spirituality. That's how I found retention. It wasn't for women. I didn't never had a problem attracting women or nothing like that. So that wasn't a reason why. For the people that's watching, don't know, like it does attract women, because your energy is potent. So, but that's not the reason why I did it. I wanted spiritual enlightenment.
That's a good byproduct.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's a good,
That's a
a good
good
little result.
byproduct.
But yeah, and yeah, it brought that spiritual awareness to me to the point where now it's like it's forcing me to make changes inside of myself. It's forcing me to become better. It made me change my diet. It made me change my whole lifestyle. But I used to be out going to the bars, partying. I stopped doing all that on retention. I stopped doing all that. I stopped
Wow.
social with certain people. I stopped doing certain things. And I can say another thing that it brought me was manifestation powers, man. I started manifesting things a lot faster in my life. And it almost
So
makes you feel like you're more connected to the most high. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So
So you saying it helped you become more a better creator and just change you, make more awareness. So it sounds like from my perspective, man, it got you back into more your deity self. Like instead of being this flesh suit, you became more of your higher self. Is
yeah.
that is that a good analogy?
Yeah, yeah. But this is a discipline for the guys, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, this is one of the hardest things a man can do is to
Yeah,
control his sexual, especially in today's times where it's like sex is promoted so much in these times. Like, for you to try to do this journey, man, it's almost impossible if you think of it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you got so many traps around every corner.
yeah, yeah. And let me ask
And
you this, man, because this is such a sex is honestly so spiritual, man, and semen retention is so spiritual and so is and we have bastardized that shit, man. We've made it such a filthy act. We made it such a just a fleshly, lustful, and we fucking like that's just normal to us now. Like it's just normal. It's just so
yeah,
normal to just like bastardize this act. You know what I mean? And just like that's like motherfucking like jack off into your fucking sock. It's fucking normal, Dante. And so what advice do you have for people, man? Because they don't I don't feel like people understand when they do this act, the the spirits they're creating and the strongholds that they're creating in the astral, man, in other dimensions. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
I would say for people who are
If you agree,
trying
you can not.
to do
If
this.
you don't agree, you can say, "What's that?"
I agree. I agree 100%. There's so many things that you're creating when you do this. I would tell guys, pay attention, be aware of how you feel and your energy, because that's going to tell you what you need to know if something is good or bad, right? You got to be aware of what you're doing to yourself at all times. When you just out here just laying down with any woman and you don't know that person, you just, one night stands, you don't know what that person does when you're not around them. You don't know who they've been associated with. So you attach yourself to all that energy, all those spirits. And people wonder why life be kicking their ass all the time, man, because you're not aware of what you're doing. You're just doing stuff without having no type of consciousness of what you're doing. Stuff ain't just happening to you. You ain't just having bad luck in your life for no reason. It's what you're doing. You are creating that reality by what you're doing, but you don't have no awareness of that. So you're still in a 3D mindset and you're just taking life as it goes. Right? We're in a 5D shift, which means you are more aware of your choices and the consequences of those choices. And you choose your path. You can choose your timeline based off of how you think and what you choose. Right? So like you said, them spirits, man, when you having sex with somebody, just because you ain't creating a baby, you might got a condom on, but you're still creating something in the spiritual realm, right? Because you got to create something. Energy doesn't die. It's simply transferred from one place to another. Sex is one of the most powerful energies on the planet. Sexual energy, right? That's the Big Bang. The Big Bang they talk about, and then there was light. That's what that is. So you got to be mindful of who you around, man, because you could be sleeping with the devil and not even know it. Just
Yeah,
being
yeah,
real. You know what
that's
I'm
real,
saying?
man. Yeah, let me ask you this, man, and just to layer that question, man. How did you overcome? Because I mean, that's like you said, man. That's the most powerful energy out here. Orgasm, like organite, like this org energy is the most powerful energy. You know what I'm saying? And sexual energy is like a strong force. You know what I'm saying? And when those spirits come on you, like, you know what I'm saying? When you get that feeling or that urge or that lust, like, what do you do with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's powerful, man. I know so many like 15, 18, 21-year olds, 24-year olds. Like, I've been there, man. Like, shit, that's it. Even now, man, that shit is strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so what do you do to overcome them demons?
You gotta make your mind up, and you gotta figure out why you're doing this. You know, what's the reason? What's the reason why you're doing retention? If you don't have a reason why you're doing it, then you're gonna fail every time. That goes with anything in life. You gotta have your reason, your why. My reason was, you know, I wanted to gain spiritual enlightenment, and when I read up and did my research on it, you know, it was like, this is the way. This is how you raise that energy up. This is how you become a higher version of yourself. But you got to control your base, your genitals. That's the root chakra. That's the root area. That's the first area where that's where your energy sits at. If you don't get that under control, you can't go any higher, right? So my thing is for guys, be mindful and have a reason why you're doing this. Okay, I would say the first 90 days or whatever, or whenever you try to do this, try to disassociate yourself with like looking at the porn. When I say corn, you know, try to stay away from things that's going to persuade you or manipulate you into going back into that, right? You gotta understand this is an energy, so you gotta learn how to control it. Just like a superhero when he first gets his powers, they don't just go out knowing how to use them. They gotta learn how to. They gotta train and they gotta work hard to be able to control those powers. So that as a man, you gotta learn how to control that, and you're gonna make mistakes. We all did. It took me 3 years to really master that energy, right? I've been on this journey for 6 years now, and my streak right now, it's been since what, April 2019 was the last time, but it took me 3 years to get to that point of just failure, trial and error. So it takes time, but you got. What part?
You said the date.
What part?
The date you said.
Oh,
You said
it
a
was
date.
April 2019.
Wow.
April 2019.
So over 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like I said, it took me 3 years. I was already on my journey 3 years before that day. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm that's why it takes time for you to master yourself. It's not easy. But you gotta, with life, man, you gotta be consistent and you gotta really want it. You gotta want it. Those affirmations, like I said, you gotta see yourself. If you want to be able to control yourself, you got to see yourself doing it in your mind first, before it even happens, before it's even in reality. You got to see it up here. And I always talk about how powerful your mind is, man, because anything that you want to achieve, you got to see it up here first. You have to work.
How did you get into what was your first experience to learn about semen retention? Like, what was your first? Did you read like Napoleon Hill? Did you read like Mantak Chia? What was your first? When did it first come to you? Can you hear me?
The very first time I heard of it was actually when I was in college, and our coach would tell us, you know, don't have sex before a race because it drains you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. And then
he would say don't have sex before your race because it drains you.
Gotcha.
But I heard, but I didn't really listen to it then. But you gotta understand, like, seeds get planted. When people tell you stuff, it might not resonate with you right away, but years down the road, things will resonate with you, and that seed will grow, and you be like, oh, okay. So my first experience with retention, when I was trying to raise, I was looking up like Kundalini energy, and that you got it's basically your spine, And it said in order for you to raise that up, you got to raise that up for you to become enlightened. But it was like you
Right.
need. I stumbled. I was on Google and I stumbled somewhere and it said sexual transmutation. And I was like, huh. So I clicked on that and it's like your seed, you have to build that energy up so it can boost your kundalini. So I was like, okay. So I went 2 weeks. I just went 2 weeks without releasing.
Right.
And like I tell you, like I felt so calm. I felt peaceful and bliss. It was crazy. I felt confident. And I was like, wow, this is real. So when I went to go meditate, do my breathing work, I felt an electrical energy going up my back. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
You were doing breath work, you said?
Yeah, I was doing breath work.
I got you. Wow.
So yeah, so that's when I really started. So that's when I started taking it serious. I was like, whoa, this is real. Because I ain't never felt no
So
electrical,
you felt
whatever that was.
like a charge going up your spine.
Yeah. It's like it's real, it tightens up. It's like real tight. And it feels like it's just going up your spine. And like it kind of
Wow.
scared me a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is real. So then I stuck with it. Yeah, and from there, man, I took it serious. And then it grew from there.
Wow. So you like a real, like you came down here for this, it sound like, man. Like you kind of attracted, because it sounds like, man, you take this shit serious. Like you're not playing no games with this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your overriding, like, purpose, man? Do you feel like, man, you want to shine more light on this area, or are you doing it more just, man, you just want to be able to master yourself and really manipulate the reality that you want, or do you want to, like, become back into your Christhood or your Godhood or whatever you want to label it? You want to become your God self again? Like, what are you going for?
See,
Or is it a female attraction? You know what I'm saying? Now, that was a joke. I know you ain't fuck with that.
nah, that's a good question. Cause like before I was on YouTube and all that stuff, yeah, my goal was just to try to master myself and just try to become like my Christ-like self. And I feel like the more I walked into that path, my purpose became more of like, okay, now you've mastered yourself. Cause I'm at the point now where I don't even think about retention. Like I just wake up and it's just a regular day. Like it's not even an issue for me to retain my seed, you know? So
Yeah,
I
let me ask
mastered.
you this, man. Let me ask you this. And we'll go back to that other question. When, how do you
Okay.
see, how do you see sex now? How do you look at, like when we was coming up, man, you look like you objectify women a lot, right? Like we used to. I mean, like I probably still do to a certain extent. Like you objectify women, like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, she got a fat ass. Damn, she did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, she pretty. Like whatever. Like you objectify them, and you
Yeah.
have these lustful thoughts. Like, do you still have that spirit of lust on you, or has that been released too?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm still a man, you know what I'm saying? So I see a woman and I still get them same, them feelings and urges. But
Yeah,
it's like when you have more awareness now, it's like you move different. So just because I look, that don't mean I'm going to react the way I used to. And I
gotcha.
understand now it's deeper than just looks. It's more so of like your spirit. Because I've been in situations, and this is why, experience is the best teacher. Because I've been in situations where like I would lay down with somebody and my energy was just, it wasn't good like afterwards. Like my energy, my spirit wasn't right. So I remember those moments and I'm like, I
It ain't
learned
working.
the hard way. Yeah, I learned the hard way already. You can't keep making the same mistakes. So I approach it differently. I don't think sex is a bad thing, but it's who you do it with and it's how you do it. So for me, like I'm more particular with just women. I see women like I'm looking at her for who she is instead of her body,
That's what I'm asking.
because
Yeah,
especially
you
now,
might. So you saying you
especially
might
now.
have that automatic. you might automatically have that animalistic thought, but then you have awareness to say, hey, I need to know who the fuck she really
Yeah,
is on a spiritual level first before I even think about laying with her or whatever.
yeah,
I
because you know
got
that energy, that's that base energy, but you got to bring that up, right? You got to bring that energy up here so you can think. Okay, if you let it stay down there, your body gonna do whatever it want to do. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
You be a slave. You a slave to your body, man. So we such like we
Yeah,
such slaves to this flesh. It's crazy, man. Like you know what I'm saying. But I cut
crazy.
you off, man. Go ahead and finish answering my last boy.
What
If
was
you
I
don't
saying?
mind.
I forgot what I was saying.
I done fucked it up, man. Shit. Ain't this a bitch? I just wanted to ask you that because I knew I was thinking that. Like, do he still got those lustful thoughts, man, with women? And do you see her? But what was I asking you, man? Uh, man, I don't forgot, man.
It was
But
about women,
anyway,
right?
it's about who? Y'all remember,
Oh,
man?
you
What I
asked me
asked
what I
my.
think about. Was it about sex?
Now, how do
I
you
forgot
think
what
about it though? How do you think about it? Are you waiting on? You don't got a girl right now? I don't think, right?
you. Nah.
Are you? Do you want to be married one day?
I would like to find a wife. Marriage is that's a whole different story, but a wife, you know,
Yeah, same.
somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Would you like to find? Would you like to find a wife, somebody, a co-pilot?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind that at all. But I know
Yeah,
that it's very hard in today's time, and especially with my path that I'm taking. Like it's not going to be a lot of people who can really match that, right? Um it's going to really filter out a lot of women who I could be with or would be with. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing because now it's like all the women who ain't good for me gonna get filtered out just off my energy alone.
what do you
So
mean we say just off your energy alone? Like they filter themselves out?
yeah, like when you on a certain, like we said earlier, when you on a certain frequency, just the way you think, your energy, you're not even gonna be able to vibe with a woman that's not on that level or trying to be on that level. Like the conversation gonna be off. Y'all not even gonna be. It's just gonna be off. The connection gonna be off. And that was something I had to learn.
Yeah,
Like when I started, it was a lot of people. I mean, like women and stuff that I would. I was at one point. I was like, "Dang, bro, am I losing it? Like, am I losing it? Like, I ain't really connecting with females like I used to." But then I had to realize, like, you're on this path of becoming your best version, but you're still trying to do your old, trying to live your old ways.
damn. Well,
So
that's a lesson for me right there, man.
you can't deal with it's a certain frequency when you change. You're not gonna be your energy's not gonna match with them. So that's what that was. It wasn't me losing my game or whatever. It's just that you're on a different vibration. So y'all just on an energy level, you're not even gonna match each other.
Yeah, and it's draining because I mean, one thing that I do, I mean, I'm so glad you said that, man. I appreciate that because one thing I do, man, sometimes I compromise or like I bring myself down to a lower frequency just to fucking talk to a girl, to be normal, or try to act nice, or like, you know what I'm saying? But the whole time I'm fucking like, man, this shit's draining the shit out of me, man. I do not want to talk about this stupid shit. I do not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally gotta die to have a conversation with somebody sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you feel me though? You feel me though, Dante, man?
Oh, that's I said the same thing, bro.
We can't
Like,
hear you. I can't hear
dog,
you.
we I said the same thing. Like, nah, I'm gonna tell you this. When I was out there still trying to date, and I was like, man, like, why does it feel like when I in order for me to vibe with this girl, I gotta lower myself. It's like I gotta literally lower my frequency to vibe with women. And I noticed when I did that, I was good. Like, you know, I was vibing with them, everything. But when I'm at my natural state of just being, they ain't nowhere to be found. So I was like, dang, I really gotta lower my vibration to really mess with these women, bro. It was crazy. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Ah,
didn't like that.
like that's
That's
like
crazy.
you, man. Like man, shit, I'd rather be myself, man, and have to lower my frequency, bro. Like, it's not a good
Yeah.
feeling, man. It's like listening to some music that just like don't vibe with you. Like, man, I can't listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but I feel like a neutral woman that's able, that open and able to be taught is is ideal. Like, cause a lot of women just think they just not gonna be on this, like, cause you, man, you like advanced right now. Like, you 0.0000001%. You probably don't probably realize it because you just in your own bubble. You doing you,
Yeah.
you meditating, you eating right, you working out, like. But in this matrix we live in, man, that's like it's not normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not normal. So in order, I feel like sometimes, man, like I'm not saying compromise, but do you feel like you will be able to, I don't know, train's the right word, or lead probably a good lead uh, uh the feminine, because I feel like the feminine needs to be led. I feel like nowadays they got the fucking roles reversed, and the
Yeah.
dudes is feminine, and the girls is masculine as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like naturally the feminine needs to be led. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think so. It's funny how you said that because I never really thought about that being a 0.1%. You do trying to you kind of get caught up in your own just lifestyle and you don't really think about that. So that's crazy that you put it that way. But as far as a woman, I'm starting to learn now, you know, that's on a journey just like us as far as trying to gain spiritual enlightenment. Can you hear me?
So you cutting in and out though, D.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Say that again. What was the last thing you said?
Okay. So I said one thing I'm starting to realize now that there is women out there that's on that level where they're trying to gain spiritual enlightenment as well. But it took for me to realize like I was still trying to chase the same type of women, and I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
understand that those women ain't gonna be in the spots that we used to go into. They at home meditating and on too, right? And I'm starting to notice like as I'm a content creator, I see a lot of those women in my comments. They start to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And some of them they be nice
You right.
looking too. I ain't yeah, but they on a different level. And it's like I didn't know that at the time. I really thought I was alone as far as like, damn, I ain't gonna be able to be with a woman because none of them are on that level. Nobody's trying to change, but I had to realize that they doing the same thing I'm doing. They focusing on themselves,
Yeah.
right?
So what part of it? What part of is this is your imagination? You creating your reality to the Dante saying, I ain't gonna be able to find a woman. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? What isn't there like the disconnect there? Cause I always feel like, man, like when the student is ready, man, the teacher will appear on everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that with everything. I feel like if she ain't there yet, I ain't there yet, like type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was then though. I don't think like that now. But I was still
Okay,
growing. So
okay,
like, I was still growing. So at that time, I was just like, man, like I was frustrated a little bit.
I
But
got you.
I got to a point where it was just like, man, you know what? I'm gonna focus on my purpose, and whatever happens, happens, man. I'm not gonna keep worrying about stuff that ain't meant for me. Now I know, like you said, I gotta stay on my purpose. That's how I feel now. The more I stay on my purpose and live my true life, that's when I'm gonna meet the people that's for me. I want to attract them to me, and
Yeah,
that's how I see it now. So now I do believe, there's some queens out there that I'm sure I'll meet and we'll be able to hit it off, and maybe even be a wife one day. But I know right now I'm still on my journey. It's still something I have to do for me to reach that level. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Nah, hell
So
yeah. I'm sure you still got those like animalistic feelings that you got to deal with, but your purpose is stronger than that. It sounds like.
of course.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's where I put,
What's that?
and that's where
What's
I
that?
put most of my energy into, is my purpose. So that's where I put most of my energy into, is my purpose. So that animalistic side, you know, that's I transmute that energy into something positive, which is my purpose.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. What are some books? Are you a reader, or do you download your information? Do you have a mentor? How are you getting your information right now? Like where are you learning from? What?
I know this might sound crazy, but I'm not a big reader actually. Like I do read from time to time if I something I'm interested in, but for the most part, man, I'm just very self aware, and I get a lot of downloads just from asking questions, asking myself questions, and then I get led to the answers, whether it's through like a conversation, whether it's through a video, and it's certain things that might resonate with me. And then when I'm sitting alone meditating, I put the pieces together, right? Because understand there's many forms of knowledge. It ain't just in a book. Nothing wrong with books, but books ain't the only form of knowledge. You got knowledge in food, there's knowledge in nature, it's knowledge everywhere. It's in the very fabric of this air. When you're breathing in knowledge. So once you understand that, you understand, man, really all you need is yourself. Start asking questions. I made a video talking about, you know, the Siri. You have Siri on your phone, you ask Siri a question and she gonna look up the database online and find the answer that you're looking for. You got that inner voice inside your head, same thing. When you ask questions, it's going to plug your energy into that information, and it's going to lead you through life experiences. You're going to be put in situations that's going to give you those answers, but you got to pay attention.
But I don't you think that comes with a certain level of awareness or not? Cause I feel like everybody. I think some people's series is fucked up though, D. Like I think some people ask Siri something, they might lead a motherfucker down the motherfucking, I don't know, like an alley or something. But I feel like you
Nah,
did the
but
inner.
like,
I feel like you did the inner work. You did the shadow work, man. Sound like you did the meditation. You did the scene retention. So your series is online. Like you know what I'm saying. But I don't know. That's my opinion, man.
you know, it's that voice in your head. That voice been in your head since you was a baby. You know, you talk to yourself. That's what it is. But we just forgot who we were and what that was as we
That
got older.
intuition.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it can even lead you to a book. Like it's going to lead you to whatever is going to help you find the answers for yourself the best. So if you're a reader, you know, you ask questions, how can I figure this out? Next thing you know, you might get led to read a certain book that has the information you're looking for. Right? Everybody learns different, so it's going to cater to the way you learn.
Yeah. That's so true, man. That's so true. What
Yeah.
man? Give me what advice would you have for um? Because you know, like the corn is heavy out here. Lust is heavy out here. Women or the girls out here are just like it's different than when we was coming up, man. It's just like the game's changed. Like you know what I'm saying? What what
Right.
advice would you have for shit 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds, young guys coming up in this day and age, man, where they have access to all this distraction, access to all this lust, access to just at their fingertips, man. It's just like everywhere, man. They pummeling this animalistic nature down their throat. Like, what advice would you have for these young men out here?
See, and I think that's where we come into play. Like people around my age, because we grew. I'm an '89 baby, so I grew up in a time where phones and internet wasn't around. But I also grew up with phones and internet, so I know both the best of both worlds. But a lot of these kids, they don't know a world without phones or internet or
Yeah.
social media. They grew up into that. So my
Yeah,
advice would be to learn
I got an
how.
18-year-old. I got an 18-year-old, man, and I got a 15-year-old. They good kids, man, but I know they don't tell me, man, but I know. This shit heavy on their head.
You got an 18-year old.
I got an 18-year-old and a 15. They good athletes, they good kids, like you know what I'm saying. But I know that it's it's on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know the spirits is like they chasing them because they good kids, they good looking kids, man. They super athletic. So, you know what I'm saying? I know stuff is coming at them. I know they have lust. I know they you know what I mean? They just like me when I was 18. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the access they got is crazy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what advice would you have for those?
Social media detox. They have to learn to detox from these things because, like you said, they was born with these. A lot of you got babies now with phones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's been a part of their life since they've been in existence. So what they have to do is they have to get a taste of what it's like to not have these things. And that's detoxing. Maybe like a couple days you just don't get on Instagram or you don't get on no social media and you just learn, just try to live life without it. Right? Go out into nature or do something creative and just challenge yourself to do that. Right? It might be hard at first, but just challenge yourself. Turn your phone off and just put it in the corner somewhere and just you'll see just how much your mind changes. We get so much dopamine from messages and just all these pictures. It's just hitting our brain with all this pleasure. And you don't realize when you take a break from it, man, it's like it resets you and you start to get pleasure from the little things again. And I think we're over sexualized. We overstimulate our pleasure senses. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why a lot of guys they out it because it's like a drug. You know, it's like you trying to take drugs from a drug addict. It's like you trying to take drugs from a drug addict. You getting all this pleasure every single day. It's gonna be hard for you to stop just doing it. So you got
about
detox.
Porn?
I'm talking about
porn?
everything. Corn.
All of it.
I'm talking, yeah, just all of it. Just even just being on the phone all the time, being on Instagram or whatever. You get pleasure from seeing pictures and getting messages and notifications and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Do you take mental breaks and detox from your phone and social media and the internet? And if you do, how often do you do it?
What was that? I couldn't hear you. My bad.
I was saying, like, do you take breaks from social media, like digital detoxes? Do you do digital detox? And I said, if so, how often do you do it?
Yeah, it's hard for me now because my
that's
job.
what you that's it's hard for me, man. That's my damn job, like low key. Yeah.
But for me, like when I'll do my post or whatever, and then I won't even get on Instagram or YouTube. I'll just go out into nature and go for a run or go to the gym or something like that. So I try to like limit my time on it, where I get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? It'll be hard for me to do like just an all-out week detox. I don't think I could do that, just with my job and all that.
So much going on.
But before I was on YouTube, I would go. Yeah, before YouTube though, I would go like months without being on Instagram.
How long? I mean, how long you been on YouTube, man?
I started YouTube 2019. It was September 2019 is when I first posted.
Do you feel like the spirit kind of pushed you to start that?
Yeah.
Or how
long?
How long? What's that?
Yeah, that summer, I say around that summer, I was asking, what is my purpose? I would ask the Most High every day, what was my purpose? It led to that.
Wow.
One thing led to another.
Before you started, you asked, you were asking, what's my purpose?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to do, man. I was lost. I didn't know what my purpose was. I was working a job I didn't like, and I was just like, man, like it's got to be something else. I started off doing like little motivational videos on Instagram. That's where I started. And then, it grew into YouTube. So, and then it grew into, other things. But it started off by me just affirming that and asking that question.
Yeah. Yeah. You popping on YouTube, man. I love it. It's growing every day too, man.
Yeah, that was appreciate it. It was unexpected too. I didn't think it was going to go
Man,
off
people
like that.
crave, man. What you got right now, you're gonna have 1 million followers, man. People are craving this, man. Like what you got, the spirit you got, the godhood. Like people are looking. Like right now, with all this craziness going on, people are looking for guideposts, like lights to go to. Like you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I need a light to hit. Like you know what I'm saying? You one of those lights, man. Like you know what I'm saying? So I just said keep going, man. What else? What else you offering right now besides the inspiration and knowledge that you drop on YouTube?
So I do one-on-one consultations as well. So for like people that's looking for more intense help on just trying to get their lifestyle, get their life on a certain frequency, I help find a plan for people and just help implement certain habits in their life to get them on track for whatever goals they
Yeah. How do you offer that? You got like a link or what?
yeah, so you actually, if you follow me, follow my Instagram and just DM me, and we can go from there. I'll give you the link to my website or whatever. But just yeah, follow me on IG.
Do you have a website
and
right
DM
now?
me if you're interested in a consultation.
Okay, bet.
All
right, man. I know it. I ain't gonna try to take your whole night, man. Is it 9 o'clock your time?
Is it 9 o'clock already?
It's like 9:15 almost, man. Let me ask you a couple more questions, man. I'll let you get to your night, bro. You good? You still got a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? You freezing up on me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you still got a couple more minutes. You good? You keep freezing in and out. I don't know. Hold on. Let me take. You hear me all right?
A little bit.
Yeah, so let me ask you just a couple more questions, man, and I'll let you get out of here. But let me ask you this. If you could sit down and have dinner with 5 people, man, dead or alive, man, who would those 5 people be? You hear the question?
Say it again.
I said, man, if you could sit down and have dinner with 5 people, dead or alive, who would be your 5 people?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would say Nipsey, Tupac, that's a good question. Michael Jackson, Bob Marley,
You in your music, huh?
Malcolm X.
You said Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Why Michael
I
Jackson?
think that'd be a dope combo.
That will be a dope ass combo.
Mike was smart, man. Like a lot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, say that.
Mike was smart, man. A lot of stuff he used to say in his interviews, like right before he passed away or whatever. Like, man, he was speaking some real stuff, and people wasn't catching the light codes that he was saying. You know, he was all like, even his song, like "Heal the World," and he was always with the children, right? Trying to protect the children, because he knew that they were pure souls. There was pure energy. So like he was real, you know, woke when it came to those things.
Yeah, wow. That's a good 5, man. Let me ask you this, man. What's one word, man? If you could pick one word that describes you, what would that word be?
Persistent.
Yeah. Why persistent?
Because no matter how hard something gets, man, I don't quit. And I think that's why I was so successful in my retention journey, because I just don't give up.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep going.
So
Once you make your mind up, it's done.
yeah, it don't matter how many times I fail. Like I've been like that all my life with track, with anything I did. It's just like I don't look at failure as something that's that means I need to quit. It's just a learning experience for me.
Yeah,
So
that's real, man. Hey, so let's
yeah,
say we kind of transitioned to from a third dimension to a fifth dimension, and people can call it what they want to, new earth, higher consciousness, whatever. If you could pick one
yeah.
superpower to take with you to this fifth dimension, what would be your superpower?
My superpower.
What's DY superpower, man? What you gonna
Man, that's
take
a
with
good
you to the fifth
question,
dimension?
man. Dang, you put me on the spot with this.
I know, you know, you be
Oh
watching them animes and all that, man. What you gonna take with you?
man, I think it'd be dope to be able to like maybe like
It could be out the box as you want it to be. What's that?
I don't know, man. I think it'd be dope to be able to like move things with your mind or whatever, and be able to manipulate matter. I think I would take that.
Mm, that
That'd be
would be a
dope.
dope. That will be a dope. But I don't know what do you call that? I don't know. I gotta find that name for that.
Telepathy is what do you call it?
It's not levitation. That's when you lift your body. But I find that word. Yeah, somebody knows exactly what that word is, man. Put it in the comments. Um, if you on a
Tele
resorted island, what's that? What's that?
telekinesis. That's what it is.
Oh wow, okay, telekinesis. Hey,
Yeah.
if you on a resorted island, man. I mean, yeah, in not resorted island, in like deserted island. If you on a deserted island, you can take three things with you. What three things you gonna take?
Three things I'm gonna take. Man, but you
Tissue.
got some good questions. Um, I would take my headphones.
You a music boy. You
I
love
can
that. You
listen
was the
to
last time you listened to?
the last song I listened to.
What you rocking to right now? What you vibing with?
I was listening to that new Nas album.
Now I got a new one.
Yeah,
It's
he got a
good.
joint on there with. Yeah, it's real positive, man. He got a song on there I was listening to with what's her name? Um,
Or Lauren Hill or somebody.
Lauryn Hill.
Is it Lauren Hill? Damn, I
Yeah,
guessed the shit out of that.
yeah, Nas and Lauryn Hill.
I'm about to hear that.
I
I
was
like
vibing
Lauren
to
Hill.
that.
Lauren Hill, she get it.
Yeah, she was speaking facts on that song too.
Yeah, I gotta listen to
Real
that, man.
stuff.
What? All right. So headphones, two more.
I got two more. Oh gosh, I'm not a real materialistic person, man. This is hard for me.
I mean,
Um,
you gonna deserted island, man. Three things, boy.
maybe I'll take.
I can't hear you
Yeah,
freezing up. You say that again?
my brother said lighter than a knife. I'll probably take like some type of tool, like a what you call them little knives, them Swiss knives, all these different
Ones that got everything on it.
type of.
Swiss Army knife.
I'll probably take
Okay.
something like that.
All
And
right. So we got headphones, a Swiss Army knife. You said the Swiss Army, right? So you got the headphones and the Swiss Army. You keep cutting in and out. Is he cutting in and out for everybody else, or is it just me, my cheap ass iPhone 12 over here? You still there, D? D, you still there, boy? Damn, he done cut out. Hopefully he gets back in. Yeah, it's in Dante. Y'all can hear me and see me all right? I gotta drive, be right back. Freeze. Yeah, this boy is freezing, man. What would y'all take? What would y'all take with y'all, man? Hopefully he jump back in, man, so he can answer. I got a couple more questions for him. If not, man, we'll just have to do it again another day, man. But hopefully you can jump in, man. I got 2 more questions, and then and that's it. But yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody jumping on, man, joining me and Dante tonight, man. It's just off the cuff. Just wanted to chop it up with him, man. He just motivates a lot of people. All right, here he is right here. Hold up. Resistance band, she legit, and coffee. I like that. That's a good 3. Lighter, knife. Yo, there he is.
I don't know what happened, man. I got kicked out.
I know, that's crazy, man. You kept freezing, but
I got kicked out.
But all right, man, let's finish this off, man. So you got the Swiss Army knife, you got the headphones. Did you say something else? What else?
I'd probably say, man, I have to have like some. I'll take a fishing pole with me. If I'm on an island,
I like
fish,
that.
Right?
Hey, you got some food out there.
Fish, so
I got you. I like it, man. So last thing, man. I'll let you have your night, man.
Some...
Give me 5 things you're grateful for, but you can't say health and you can't say family. And you can't say semen retention.
Okay. I'm grateful for my knowledge, the knowledge I've gained. I'm grateful for the life that I live today, the position I'm in today. I'm grateful for the lessons I've learned in my life. 4 more, 2 more. You say I can't say family, retention.
You can't, you can't say health or family, man. Them shits. If you're not grateful for that, something wrong with you.
I'm grateful for the meal I had today.
What you eat?
Man, I had some rice, guacamole, some beans.
You vegan? Somebody asked in here if you was vegan. Are you a vegan?
Nah, I eat fish sometimes, so I can't count that as a vegan.
But, all right, last one, bro.
I'm thankful for my energy, who I am as a
life
person.
force, man. I heard that. All right, man. I appreciate you joining, man. Hey, man, leave everybody, man, with like a little motivation piece, man, that kind of help people understand this knowledge, man, and realize how important their life force and their energy is.
So understand, y'all, that you have the power to control how your life goes. It's your choice. So you decide what you want to do. If you want to become a better man, a better woman, you got to take control over what you do every single day. Whatever you want in life, you got to see the vision first, and then you got to map out a plan to be able to achieve that vision. And you got to stick with that every single day. No matter how you feel, no matter what's going on that day, you got to stick to that plan. That's how you're going to get through any type of trauma, any type of stress that you're going through in the moment. A lot of times we can't see past the trees, past the forest. But just know that when you stick to the plan, when you had that vision, it's going to be a light shining through those trees eventually. All right?
Yeah, that's love, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your time. We got to do it again sometime, man. I'll be tuning into your YouTubes, bro. Stay up.
Yes, sir. Indeed. I appreciate you for
love,
having me,
man. I appreciate you. You have a good night, boy. Thanks for everybody joining us, man. Hey, tap into DY's YouTube, man. He got a great YouTube. You're going to learn a lot. Good dude, man. Young cat. really exposing, man, what's going on out here, man, and how powerful your life force energy is, man. Like, don't take that shit for granted, man. Don't just waste it on some fucking socks or some toilet paper or some fucking paper towel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really be conscious of what your inner powers, man, and how powerful you are as a being, man. Just take your power back, man, so you don't got to be dependent on a system that's not designed for you to like succeed and be your best self. So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that joined me. Sorry I didn't get to y'all questions, man. Me and him, he just kind of kept freezing. It was some good ass questions on here too. Dang. I'm just looking at them, man. I wish I'd have asked him about the vaccine. But yeah, man, I'm bad. I didn't get to no questions. I didn't even see them coming in. But don't holler at y'all, man. Have a good night. Appreciate it.